What's up, YouTube? We're Black Atheist back at it again. I'm telling you now, this video deals with some extreme ignorance and stupidity. So make sure you keep all sharp objects off your desk and away from your face. What you see here is a comment made on a National Geographic video. It was about a rare rhino. The comment that you're reading is a response to me telling this guy that there were never just two humans. In response to him telling somebody that humans started with just two people after that person said a population of 40 individuals isn't enough to maintain a healthy species, or something to that effect. Now, there are a lot of different directions I could go in with this video. What I find funniest though is that now the comment that he made and other comments about this subject are erased off the comment section. Mario 11168, I am glad you realized how stupid your comments were, but it's a little bit too late. Notice when you read the comments that I made, which are not erased, I never made any reference at all to me being a racist, an atheist, other than my username. Yet he attacks not the comment that I made itself, but my username, and he really doesn't even do that. He's basically calling evolution atheist and the Big Bang atheist, which they are not. You all know this, but they have nothing to do at all with atheism. I suppose atheists may tend to accept these scientific theories at a higher rate than theists, but the theories themselves make no statement as to the existence of God. Yet that's what he is implying. How fucking stupid is that? Let's take a look at what he says. You have this evolution garbage, that's some weird bubble that created humans from a bunch of apes or something. I have no idea what he's talking about when he says bubble, but whatever that bubble is, it didn't create humans from a bunch of apes. Mario, humans are apes. There's no way around that by any definition of the word ape, besides the one you're going to make up to defend your stupid comment. There isn't one. I'll make it real simple for you, Mario. An eagle is a bird, and a robin is also a bird. But eagles are not robins, and robins are not eagles. But they're both birds. The same is true for humans, chimps, gorillas, and orangutans. Humans are not chimps. Chimps are not humans. But we are apes. And as apes, we all come from a common ancestor, in much the same way that you and your cousins come from your grandmother, minus a few million years. It just works that simple, and it's not that difficult to understand. But let's say we didn't evolve. We must have gotten here somehow. So can you tell me how that happened? Now, for the life of me, I have never once ever heard a creationist tell me how that happened or how it could have happened. I know why, because it's too embarrassing. They can't even say it. I've equated it to being the equivalent of the beginning of the Terminator movies, where Arnold just appears out of nowhere, crouched down, butt naked, with electricity and blowing paper behind him. The only difference between the two is Adam has no clue that he's naked, or what the fuck he is, or where he came from. He also has no urge to beat up a guy for his leather pants, motorcycle, and sunglasses. This is another reason, though, why I don't believe in the Christian God. He creates a human male from nothing, presumably with nipples and testicles. Why? There's no reason for either, especially the nipples. And why do you create a male with testicles, but you don't have a female from to procreate with at the same time? The Bible doesn't say this specifically, but you would think when God made the animals that they were male and female, ducks, lions, and bears, and so on. But Adam was just walking around with his dick and worthless balls that did nothing at the time. At that time, they weren't intelligent design because they served absolutely no purpose at all. Mario, have you thought about that? This higher power that you think of must have been a dumbass. Now, I guess you could say that Adam didn't have testicles and they just appeared spontaneously after he woke up from his nap, which he was missing a rib, but that makes no sense either. So Mario, I must ask you, why do you believe there were just two people? Now, some other fucktarded dude replied to me and said there's no way to know that there were not just two humans, even though there is. But he says that because if he's allowed to accept that we can figure out that it's impossible for two humans to populate the Earth 6,000 years ago, it will ruin his fairy tale beliefs. So he has to keep that illusion, that sense of we can't know, so he can believe in bullshit. Isn't that something? Now, moving on, he says, you have as much proof as I do that there's a higher power. You're absolutely right, Mario. We both have the same amount of proof. None. That's why I'm an atheist. So why do you assume with no proof there is a higher power? I mean, I would accept a higher power too if there was data to confirm it. But since there is no reason to assume it, unless you have the complete unwillingness to admit that one day you will no longer be self-conscious and you will just have to believe that something out there that can make you live forever if you just believe in it. I find that to be silly, but whatever. Next, you say you can't prove the Big Bang existed. Mario, this shows me that you don't even have the slightest clue about what you're talking about. Mario, it's called microwave background radiation. It's a pretty cool story on how the two guys found that, and all you have to do is Google it and look it up. The Bible makes it clear that it has no idea what microwave background radiation is by not mentioning it at all once in Genesis, at all, period. There's not one verse that you could pluralize and make mention that at all. Since you seem to appear to use this book as a historic and scientific text, maybe you can tell me why it fails to mention that in the story of creation. Again, he's playing the only atheist accept Big Bang and evolution card, which could not be more far from the truth. Like I said before, evolution and the Big Bang theory are not atheists in any way, and none of them make a statement there is no God. Mario, I'm curious to know where you got that assumption from, but I highly doubt I'll get an answer from you. Finally, you say, I'd say more, but you're an atheist and you just be too arrogant and hard-headed to argue with anything. But what is it to argue, Mario? I suppose we could argue that two humans could actually populate the Earth in 6,000 years, but you would get your ass handed to you. We could argue if God exists or not. There's no argument there. You simply can't argue something into existence with your words. Either it's there or it isn't there. What do you think about that, Mario? Now, see, this is why you don't fuck with Red Black Atheists, because you get your ass handed to you. You've got embarrassed. Now there are 600 more people in the world who know how dumb you are by saying stupid shit. And you were smart to delete your comments, but I had already captured them beforehand. Way to be a dumbass. And anybody else out there who wants to challenge Red Black Atheists on this topic or any other topics, step your ass up and come to the table. Peace.